The external attraction is always an attraction that comes from outside, from what is what are exterior um, appearances, what the appearances are. And that's it can be also a good beginning, a starting point. I start by feeling attracted to you from your outlook, but then as I get to know you, I start to really feel more and more a deeper attraction. So it's nothing wrong to be attracted to someone that looks beautiful. As long as we don't get lost into that, we understand that that's just a trigger, and then based on that you start to go deeper. But the organic attraction, which it's something that the artificial attraction can lead you to, the organic attraction is an attraction that comes from resonance. So I feel a strong resonance with you. Of course, not all resonance lead you to a sexual relationship, of course. So the attraction, the physical attraction has to be part of the equation. So the organic attraction comes from a deep sense of the resonance in terms of feeling a bound, something special, something that I cannot really explain to myself, but I feel drawn to you, and these overcome even your look and overcome your shapes and forms to a certain degree, and it just and it most likely doesn't make any sense from the mind point of view, and that's a good sign, because two lovers really do not want to make sense. They are not concerned about making sense. They are concerned about making love, and making love and making sense are not really things that match. If you are attached to making sense, then of course you start to go to dating service that tell you how to make sense of an interaction, and so you start to create parameters. Has to be this age, has to do this job, he has to dress like that, he has to be somebody, he has to drive this car, he has to talk like that, he has to know his manners, he has to come from a good family. I mean, all this stuff that make you a good date. Again, there is nothing wrong. It is an experience to attach yourself to someone that mentally fit your list of demands and needs. However, sooner or later you will, if you want to shift into being a lover, that list will fade out, and either you will find in that person that you have selected first from a mental list that he is a wonderful person with reason that has nothing to do with that list, or you will just figure out that you have selected someone that has nothing to do with your soulfulness and energy and as a lover, And that is going to be a wonderful experience, because that experience will take you closer to your potentiality as a lover. So no matter what you do, you cannot go wrong. So you can relax. We can relax and just and play, and then we start by a situation of profound dissociation, and so we go to a seminar that tell us how to date, and that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. You start with that, and then you build it from there, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're already connected, you're not so dissociated inside yourself, then you don't need, obviously, to have an external device tell you what is right and wrong about being a lover, because the truth is that nobody can tell you what it means to be a lover, because you are a lover by default. You just have momentarily forgotten, right? Because we are all lovers here. Once we are fully awakened, we are lovers. So again, we go back to the same idea. This is a transformational center. It's a playground where we should be free to experiment and to do whatever we feel guided to do in order to have an experience. And so there are some people that needs to have a multiple partner, some people that wants only one person and they keep themselves virgin until they find the person of their life. Some people don't even think love is good. They think that it's a sin to love, to have sex, and so they keep themselves virgin all their life. There's nothing wrong in any of this. It is your choice and what you have to experience. So just relax and enjoy the ride.
Okay, but we could experience many things, and eventually, at the day we die, we ask ourselves, okay, so what have I been doing with my life? A lot of people are questioning this just before they die, and so I wonder if you say, well, everything is a playground, just relax, enjoy, and
and play.
And play, right?
Yeah.
But if we don't go deeper into things and also get really passionate about life and love and who we really are, then I wonder if someone who is about to die is really satisfied by this life.
Probably not. So he's having an experience about having not being satisfied with life.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good experience. Sometimes we need several lifetimes of being flat in order to give ourselves the permission to be extremely passionate. I really don't know if this life after life it will keep going. I think we are entering a zone of reality where the recycling of incarnation after incarnation, which is a device, a mechanism that comes from an artificially created reality, it might not be necessary anymore. And so this idea of reincarnating will stop, or maybe not, or maybe will continue. I'm not sure. Maybe for some of us will stop, and for some of us will continue. I think the choice ultimately is the individual. But back to what you're saying, let's say that we are still in this incarnation after incarnation situation loop, then you will end up a life with insatisfaction, and then the next life you will take it from there. Okay, so I just finished a life that was was not satisfying. All right, so now I am here. Of course, I don't remember that, but I created a playground that start this life from those parameters. So I can now address the idea of being insatisfied. And now my goal in life, it goes to the other extreme, where I do I do a mess of everything because I'm so overwhelmingly intense. You know, who knows? You know, but again, it's just a playground, and in order to find the balance, you have to turn a little bit too much to the right and a little bit too much on the left, and then to go too fast, you go too slow, then you crash, then you know, and then you become a good driver eventually. And then and also the idea of good driver, you decide what is a good driver. Is it somebody that was really, really fast, or is somebody that drive precisely left and right? You know, it's there is nothing out there. That nothingness that is out there is the canvas that allows you to paint whatever picture you choose. And there is no right picture and there is no wrong picture. There is only you, the painter, and what we call reality, the paint. And you decide what kind of style and how beautiful, how ugly, how in between, how flat, how exciting, how passionate is the painting. And it's all good. Life always tell you yes. Doesn't tell you no. It tell you yes, whatever you choose. It's always yes, yes, yes. Because it loves you unconditionally. It doesn't ask for any condition. So you are, there is nothing, and from that nothingness you can do whatever you want. Of course, there are consequences of your doing and your choices, and that's good, because if there were no consequences, then you could not understand what you're doing.
So this idea of what comes around goes around, right? That's the saying. And they say also they call it karma. Is that something that that is part of this life?
I think also the idea of karma is going to eventually fade out. It might already has fade out. Also, the idea of karma is it's also related to the collective. So we are living the consequences of the action of the collective, also not only of the individual, but apparently until not long time ago we would say that we have chosen that, and probably still a valid statement. However, as we unfold the lies and deceptions that we have been passing through for thousands of years, we are starting to see that although yes, we have chosen, but the way we choose it was very tricky and very unethical, very it was not honoring the rules of the game. I think I have this feeling that we have been deceived far beyond the rules of the original game. because the original game had rules that I believe didn't allow this tremendous amount of suffering that humanity had been living for all these years. So something went wrong, and that went wrong was a quite dark manipulation of the games and its rules. Like, for example, the original constitution of the government, whatever government, is been as the journey of a specific state of a country evolve. We find out that the original blueprint of the institution has been corrupted, manipulated, you know.
Yeah.
But as many say, we allow that to happen. But there too is a little, there is a lot of space for debating, because I came into this reality, and there are chemtrails and GMO, and there is vaccination, and there is all kind of weird stuff that happen all the time everywhere. There is a massive attack, and people could say, well, you allow it, you choose it, and you allow it. Then the question comes to mind is how, okay, let's say that I allow this by consenting. It's very hard to me to wrap in my mind how I consent to chemtrails. In order to stop in allowing the chemtrail, I should many things you should fight for against the chemtrails. I'm just saying an example. In reality, it seems like we are finding out that it's not by fighting that we dissipate an action that is not benevolent. But it seems like by disengaging and probably not putting attention to it and not feeding it with our thought, probably we bring gradually the action that we want to stop to an end, because it will not find any more nutrition for its existence, for this reason of existing. It is a subject that is still needs some deep, profound connection with our source in order to really have the right answer. But some people are affected by chemtrail, some are not. So those that are not probably have a believing system and an attitude that is different from the one that are affected by chemtrails. So I guess still it's our power, in our power to do something about it, consciously or unconsciously. Yes, I think it is in our power to give our energy to something or not.